Hey YouTube, what you see before you are the three family members of the Hammond Cruiser series of medium-large folding tactical knives. It's a very affordable line of knives, so I'm going to show you all three. It's hard to find knives in this size category that are actually both usable and affordable. The Hammond Desert Cruiser Iraqi Freedom series. And it says Iraqi Freedom on the blade. Alright. And this is the Hammond Desert Cruiser. Okay, not Iraqi Freedom, just the Desert Cruiser. Now the blade length on all of these is 3.75 inches. And the price tag on these are both going for $26 right now on Amazon. I saw this going for $40 on Amazon, but I believe you can find it cheaper at other places because when I purchased it, like last year, it was around $30. I think you could probably still find it for that on many places or on eBay. Okay. Also, this one, it's going for $26 on Amazon, but I actually got it for like $22. There is a site called 888 Knives RUS, and I don't know anything about them other than that they've been selling this for $22 in their special section for the last year. So I checked it a few weeks ago, so you might be able to get this for $22. So $22, $26, and between $30 and $40. All right. Now, what these all have in common, they are all open pillar construction, Zytel handles. They have a honeycomb pattern texturing on the handles. They have dual thumb studs, ambidextrous thumb studs, and as well as flipper deployment. And they have deployment via flipper. Okay. These are not lanyard holes. It may look like a lanyard hole. That's just stylistic because the blade actually goes through that. So those are not lanyard holes. The handles are held together by Torx type screws, and as is the pivot screw. And the clips are adjustable to all four carry positions. Now the blade steel on these, AUS 8, AUS 8, and AUS 6. Now I'm not a steel expert, so don't ask me what the subtle difference is with AUS 6 is. The blades are all grade. Okay, they're bead blasted. This one also has a titanium nitride coating. It's an anti-rust coating. Okay. And these are all made by Columbia River Knife and Tool. All right, and these are all liner lock mechanisms. They all have classic clip point blade designs, tip designs I should say. Alright, now let's talk about the major differences between each of these three in their Hammond line. The first difference is that the Desert models are both combo edge. In other words, they are partially serrated. They do not come in a plain edge version, whereas the Hammond Cruiser, I believe it only comes in plain edge. Alright. You see the serrations. The other major difference is in the thumb ramp. The most expensive one of the three has an exaggerated thumb ramp here. Okay, and when it's closed, you can see that protrusion actually turns into the thumb ramp when you open it. Okay, whereas these other two, they do not have that thumb ramp. Okay, the thumb ramp on this one can actually be used as an impact device or as a pain compliance device. Okay, so that protrusion is actually very good, whereas that is not possible on these other two. They do not have that protrusion. Okay, and as a result, also when they're open, their thumb ramps are much smaller. Okay. And also, if you look at the blade of the Desert Cruiser, it has a more pronounced belly, that curving section, compared to the other two. Okay, this is more, it's more for thrusting, as is this, whereas this has a slightly bigger belly. It's still very pointed for thrusting, but it would give you better slashing. Okay? And all three of these have a secondary lock. It's a manual switch right here. It does not engage automatically, but it's in a good position for your thumb to just push it. And when that's engaged, you cannot press the liner down. Okay? So that's a very good feature in a tactical knife. If you have time, you can press that secondary lock, and then you can thrust with this very forcefully with more confidence that it won't close on you. Okay? Alright, so what's so special about this line of knives? You know, they have many good features for such a low price. The handle is oversized, and the contour of the handle, it just gives you a very good grip. You can easily manipulate the knife. The thumb ramps are very good. Flipper deployment is an ideal, fast and easy form of deployment. They have secondary locks, so you can have more confidence in thrusting, which is probably the most important tactic. And this blade length is a great length because, you know, it's easy to find some really good $30 folders in the 3.5 inch length, but when you get up to 3.75, becomes more difficult. Okay, and this length is also pretty exceptional because, well, it's less than 4 inches, a little more than 3.5, which to me means, even though this is mainly a tactical length, it's almost small enough that you could even consider it EDC. In other words, for a bigger guy, this could conceivably be used as EDC and tactical. Okay, so you're combining two very important categories in one $30-ish blade. Okay? Alright, now, which one should you get for your needs? Well, you know, to tell you the truth, I could use any one of these three. Would probably do the trick if I needed to use it to defend myself. But which ones are better for what? Well, if you simply want the cheapest one, like I said, I got this for $22. I think that's an exceptional price considering all the features that I mentioned. If you want the mid-range one and you really don't like combo edge, then go for this one, because this is the only model that has a plain edge. And also, if you prefer the tactical black rather than tactical desert, you might want this one. Okay, and this one I consider probably the best one, at least tactically speaking, because it has all the good qualities, plus that exaggerated belly for slashing, as well as a bigger thumb ramp, which gives you even more leverage, and the ability to use that thumb ramp in more non-lethal type applications. That's great. So if you don't mind getting the most expensive one, and you don't mind the combo edge, then I would get this one, the Desert Cruiser. But as I said, these are all great for a price in between like 22 to 30 or 40. There's very few tactical knives that can really match the value you're getting for your dollar. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for many more.